Alright, how's it going everyone? I just wanted to do a quick video on some of my Soviet watches. Soviet watches are kind of a really unique item in watch collecting because they offer some very interesting and unique, some of them are complications, but a lot of them are just unique options for the money. So I guess I'll start with some of the older ones and work up. So what we have here is, if I can get the focus, there we go. This is a really old manual wind watch. Let's see, I used to have a case back ball, so I'm not going to be able to get a lot of these open. I don't have one right now. My dog popped it, but you can hear it's got a really solid tick. Now this one doesn't look like much as far as appearances go. It's really beat up. I haven't tried to clean it up or anything. It's got a cast brass with chrome plating mid case, as you can see, and then a screw down, looks like solid stainless case back. Regular old non-screw-in crown. You can hear it nice and loud. Got these kind of coppery colored or brass hands. And this is a really early example. This is a 1958 watch, and I got this one because the movement's pity I can't show it to you, but screwed in there really good, and I don't have a case back tool right now. But it's really beautifully decorated. It's got like stars engraved into the barrel of the mainspring, and just some good decoration for this era of watch. You can see that someone did a really nice redneck job on this. I got it from some Soviet bloc country. But they just used a piece of wire, like bent it so it was shorter, and then bent it back upright as like for a cloth strap as a spring bar. But yeah, perfectly reliable. These ones don't have any shock mechanism, anti-shock, which several of these that's the case, so you can't really drop it. But you can find these all day for like 15-20 bucks. So if you're looking for something a little different, I mean, it's got some kind of unique features, and it's you can find examples that are a lot nicer than this. I just found this one kind of like the way it looked. I like the patina. But yeah, so this is probably the least remarkable out of them. This is a kind of a cool one. This is a Pavada. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong, but there's a couple of those here. Pavada, Vostok, Benrus, Poljot, and Luke's kind of the main watch brands that we're going to be talking about today. I don't have all of those, but this is a Pavada. It runs on another unshock resisted movement, but this one is remarkable. Both these use the same movement. You can tell that this movement almost exclusively immediately because it has the sub 6 seconds. But this one's kind of neat just because it's like water droplets. You can see I usually go for exclusively the ones with the Cyrillic alphabet instead of traditional English export models. But again, chrome, steel, mid-case crown, and stainless case back. This one is press fit, but I do not see the slot, so I won't try and open it right now. Yeah, so actually, well, what the heck, I'll try and get it open for you. Give me a second. Gotta get a tool. Alright, let's see. There we go. So, you can see it's reasonably well decorated. And you can also see, if I can get it to, let me see if I can zoom in here. There we go. You can see that the cap jewel has not got a shock absorbing mechanism on it, so that's all you got. But yeah, so this is the movement that powers these Pavada small seconds watches. And these ones, they're unremarkable from the movement perspective, but they're kind of cool because they have these, just a little bit different dial designs, like this water one. My undergrad degree was in environmental engineering, which for those of you who are unfamiliar with it is basically water and wastewater treatment as that field of civil engineering. That's what we specialize in usually. So just a kind of a cool novelty watch, cool to just to have around. Again, you can get these for very affordable. This is another Pavada, same movement. You can tell that all these Soviet era watches have just some really cool, very positive click mainspring winding. This one has a smaller case back. It doesn't have a case back that goes all the way to the edge of the case like this does. It just has a lay flat case back. And this one has just a beautiful dial. I mean, this is I don't know. I'd pay several $100s for this. I think this is better looking than a lot of Japanese like Bambinos and stuff. Just a beautiful dress watch. Let me see if I can zoom in here and get it without the glare. So you get this kind of royal blue to midnight blue sunburst dial with this three slashes at the top and then radiating slashes around, all gold colored, and then the bezel has this almost like this rope pattern to it. And this is a beautiful watch. It's got these little slim lugs, serialed, same thing, chrome. That's basically what you're going to get with these watches, is a chrome steel mid case. Chrome bezel usually, chrome crown, and then a stainless steel case back for sweat resistance. So, yeah, just a beautiful little watch. And then we have this one. I have one that actually works, but the fiance usually wears it. So this one's actually was originally meant for her, but I gotta have it looked at. And the movement probably just needs a little bit of love. But this is a pole shot, and it is. Let me zoom in here. It is, set the time here, pole shot with, it's supposed to say 18 joules, I believe, but it has an alarm mechanism in it. So this crown, you wind it, and it sets the mainspring running, and it's got a separate crown that you wind separately, and when it gets to the right spot, hang on me. Wind it up a little bit so you can hear it. This one's not a particularly remarkable example. We just got it because she liked the sky blue color. Once it gets to the right spot, there you go. You get that Vulcan cricket kind of a thing. So this is and you can get these all day for like 35, 40 bucks shipped. So it's got the Vostok style case back. I might be able to budget since we were just working on it. And you can see I'm not being particularly gentle with these because, I mean, they're not rare, they're not, I don't know, but no, I can't get it off. But yeah, so you can see this little welded post. So basically you got a movement that hits the case back where this has this post protruding and it makes that noise. So just a cool little watch if you're working in an office. Got this nice teardrop case shape. You can find them all different dials. This is probably refinished. But you can find them original. You can find, I don't know, they're just cool. Cool if you want an mechanical alarm watch. You don't want to pay a lot of money. Even the Seiko Bellmatics are worth just a stupid amount of money in my mind. The Vulcan Crickets are worth even more stupid amount of money. So, I mean, if you can get a perfectly functional, reliable, I mean, this one we paid very little for, and I knew it was probably going to be a dog, but if you can get a perfectly functional, reliable one for 30, 40 bucks shipped, even 50 bucks shipped, I think that's a really nice deal. Again, with the serial number on the case back. I don't know if there's any place that you can actually use to tell what dates these are based on the serial number. This is a Slava, I believe. But this one, you have this nice little crown. This is cool because it came in the original box with papers. So you've got the original stamped hang tag, and then a passport is what they call it, but basically a sales certificate. Zoom back out again. So, sale price, location, signatures, yada yada yada, it's all in Russian. They didn't fold it correctly from when it was new, so now I can't fold it correctly anymore. But it's a beautiful little dress watch, gold plated or some gold metal plated case, and it's got a date, unlike most of these. Zoom back in here. There you go. Roman numeral. It's not quick set date, so the only position that you can pull it out to sets it. But what's cool about this one is it's basically unworn. I mean, if I clean there's no plating wear. It's in pretty good shape, and it has this beautiful Soviet Union logo, and then basically it was a anniversary or birthday gift for someone. And I don't know if they just put it in the shelf and didn't wear it much, but let's see if I can get the case back off. This one, I'm going to work on it for a second off camera. I'll keep talking. This one is cool because it has a twin-barreled movement, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't forgotten. And the twin-barrel movement is, there we go, is remarkable because, there we go. Get it to zoom in. Come on now. There we go. If you can see, it winds both springs at the same time, and both springs unwind at the same time, and so rather than using two barrels like a lot of modern watches do to provide extra duration, this one uses two barrels to provide to prevent some of the error that you get as mainsprings unwind. So most of us wear automatic watches now, we don't have to worry about this, but when a mainspring is close to being unwound, the amount of force it can provide is much less, so the watch tends to do all kinds of wonky things with accuracy. So to help prevent this, they use two smaller mainsprings, which has both the benefit of having two springs, which means that you get kind of a added, not ruggedness, but an added, both springs are pushing, so you have some of a certain degree of increase in reliability. That's not really the point. But the main point is that since they're shorter springs, they have less length to uncoil, and the way that spring constants work basically is that if you have a shorter spring, it's going to provide a more consistent force throughout its expansion, rather than having a really long spring that provides you a lot of oomph on the front end and not very much on the back end. So just a kind of a cool, unique movement. You can also see on this one that it is not shock resistant. So a lot of these watches are not, I guess, safe for work. If you work in a physically active field. I might not be able to put this back on camera. No, it's gonna have to wait. This one's really stiff because it's not been opened a lot, but I'll do that after. So that's a cool one. And then we have this guy, which I think is probably my favorite recommendation for like your average guy just looking for something different. This one has the unique feature that it is a mechanical wristwatch, and it is stupid thin. So let's see if I can get the back off on this one for you too. I'll pull off camera again. But this is Luke's. Luke's still makes watches. They make a lot of one-handed watches right now, which you might see like on places like Amazon. But they make one-handed watches, but they all use this. They still use this really thin mechanical. Let me get it winding for you first, so you can get a good view of it moving. Really thin movement that makes, and they have some really beautiful dress watches. This is, I think it's about a 40 mil. Let's see, a little small, like a 38 mil. But yeah, so they have smaller hands because it's a really small movement, so you're not driving, you don't have a lot of driving force, so you can see the Russian hack there, where you basically just apply a little bit backward pressure and well, that one just straight up got the movement running backwards, but if you hold it like that, you can back hack it basically, and basically you'd wait till it gets to 12, you'd stop it this way, and you'd wait for the second hand on your setting watch to come to 12, and you'd let it go. And it would start running again. But very minimalist dial. I think just a beautiful watch, and you'll see in a second once I get the back off, it's just going to take me a second, that the movement is actually really, really small. And the watch itself, I think, is a max of like 8 mil thin. There we go. This is closer. So man, this one is a bugger. There we go. So you get this really cool little teeny movement, and look at all those little itty bitty motion works gears. Get it flipped up right so you can read it. It's a 23 joule movement, which is a lot more than a lot of Russian movements. But yeah, just a really cool little watch. I mean, just fantastic. I think that you can get some of these. I think this one these ones of this kind go for the same-ish price. You know, you can get them for, this is a reasonably beat up example, but a lot of them that are available easily for those of us who speak English are exports models where the Luke's is written in English script. Yeah, I'll do this after, but I wanted one that had the Russian script, so I had to find a more beater model. But you can get these from, I don't know, $25 to $50 depending on the condition. And like I said, they sell new ones for, I think, around the $40 to $50 mark with one-handed watches and stuff. But with Soviet watches and Russian watches, a lot of the older ones are higher quality. So yeah, I think this is a great option if you're looking for kind of a funky minimal dress watch. None of these watches are really water resistant anyway. Vostok makes a lot of water resistant watches. The Commandeersky is marginally water resistant, and the Amphibia, obviously the one that everyone knows, the dive watch, is very water resistant. But yeah, just want to make a quick video showing off my small Russian watch collection. But if anyone wants me to do any more detailed videos on any of them, I also have a Commandeersky floating around somewhere. Oh, and I should show you, I do have one Vostok right here. I'm about to send it to someone. But I have a nice little Vostok dress watch, which most people are not familiar with the fact that they make a dress watch. But yeah, here we go. Oops, sorry. This is a Vostok dress watch. You can get, I mean, Vostok made watches like nobody else. You can see it has that characteristic, at least that I've seen, at least as far as enduring watches, there's this characteristic outer ring case back that Vostok's famous for, the gasket. This is ostensibly so that the case back doesn't rotate as you lift it, or as you put pressure on it, so that means that you don't tear the gasket as easily. They use a really thick gasket. But yeah, just a basic, you know, kind of linen, not really linen dial. It's got the striations in it, and it's just a beautiful dress watch with the open hand and stuff. I like it. It's really nice, but I'll be sending it to someone pretty soon. But yeah, so yet another one. So if you want me to do detailed vids on any of these, just let me know. And if you have any questions, let me know. I certainly, by no means, am the expert. I've also had some of the really popular ones, like the 24-hour one. I haven't had a Big Zero. I have some friends that have had Big Zero. But yeah, so let me know if you have any questions or if you want any more detailed vids on any of these. Thanks very much. Have a great day. Bye.